That right there was AutoVFX. AutoVFX is physically realistic video editing from natural language instructions. The page says that modern visual effects VFX software has made it possible for skilled artists to create imagery and virtually anything. However, the creation process remains laborious, complex, and largely inaccessible to everyday users. In this work, we present AutoVFX, a framework that automatically creates realistic and dynamic VFX videos from a single video in natural language instructions. And that's exactly what it does. As you see down here, where you can just have this video of this table spinning. This is like the original video, but you can add prompts to it using like natural words, like throw a basketball with fire towards the vase with flowers and break the vase with collision. And as you see, a fireball, a fire basketball is hurled towards this vase and boom, breaks it. Not only that, it has one where it says melt the vase, where the vase is like turned into this gray substance and then it's melted down. Crazy. But let's just say you want to blow it up. You could do that as well. You can have fractured vase where it says make this vase with flowers break and it'll just shatter. Also, you can do one with animated bird. Make a bird flying around and above the table. It's kind of like this 3D looking Flappy Bird animation, just flying around the table as the video is spinning. Also, is drop basketballs, where you see from the very top, they'll just have 5 basketballs drop onto the table. Not only that, you can have this cute little Pikachu just marching around the table, or it's just kind of just taking steps, but it understands where the table is and the diameter of it just has Pikachu walking around. Not only that, you can have this computer emitting smoke, where insert a computer onto the table and make it emit smoke is the prompt, and you can just see this old school computer is on fire or smoking, I guess. You can also do this, make a vase with flowers to be mirror-like, and then you can see like this metallic-like substance where it's like old school Terminator, where that Terminator was like a liquid. It looks exactly like that. Not only that, you can make a vase with flowers 1.5 times bigger and make it drop onto the table, where it understands what vase you're talking about and it erases the original vase from the video and it drops like a new one which is bigger onto the table. Also, it has a insert generate 3D asset, where you see it's this 3D generated suitcase just sitting on top of the table. Pretty cool if you ask me. Not only does it work for that table video, but also works for this video too, where it has this like inserted animated dragon moving above and around the floor, where you see the original where it's just a classroom. But then you see this dragon, even though it's not perfect, you can see it kind of meshing with the wall and like phasing into the floor and stuff. It still does pretty good. Not only that, you can do stuff like put Tony Stark on the floor covered with smoke, where you see the Iron Man and you see it smoking. And it is kind of consistent with the smoke features from like the basketball to this. Even with this one, set a campfire in the middle of the floor, where you see it has like the logs that understands the floor, understands the other things around it, put it exactly where it needs to be at without you having to tell it where the floor is. And it looks pretty good. Not only that, you can have more complex prompts like drop 4 barrels onto the floor, one mirror-like, one with fabric textures, one resembling pavement, and one in change. And you see how the barrels drop onto the ground, but you see how it like hits the table, it hits the chairs, and it kind of interacts with the video all together. Something kind of like the next example, where you can have it insert a physics enabled binge G 20 meters in front of us with a random 2D rotation, add a Ferrari moving forward, where you see it puts a G-Wagon in the video with a Ferrari running into it, and it bumps it up into the sky. Even with the car locomotion is pretty cool as well, where it has add a Benz S driving towards us, and it kind of understands us as like the camera or the person viewing the video. So it could have went us as any of the houses beside it, but no, add a car coming straight towards the camera. Also has drop a Benz G with fire randomly in 10 meters front of the vehicle and from 3 meters high. So you see a Mercedes-Benz just on fire just drop down, which is crazy. Not only that, you can have like other objects like this statue, where it has fractured human shaped statue, where in the video it just has like this statue just crumble, like it's just had enough. It explodes basically. And you have another one where it's fractured horse shape statue where it says break the sculpture. It doesn't even tell you what kind of sculpture it is in the prompt. It just says break this sculpture, and it understands which sculpture it is talking about in the video and just breaks it. Not only that, it compares against some of the other models like end-to-end, DGE, and some others in a Fresco, and just has a different ones. It just shows you how it takes in different prompts. So one is set a campfire in the middle of the floor, and you see how the other ones fare out. You can clearly see that, well, AutoVFX is the best one. Another one is make a vase with flowers to be mirror-like. You see, well, of course, AutoVFX works the best. Same thing with insert an animated Goku figurine on the ground and make it fire. And it looks like Goku went Kaioken. And also another one where it says insert animated Pikachu on the table. And it has Pikachu marching around, where the other one just kind of doesn't do too much. It may like make the vase Pikachu, may make the table yellow, but doesn't really do too well with the actual prompt of it. Same thing with dropping 5 basketballs. It definitely changes the image or the video in the other ones, but it doesn't do exactly what you want it to do for the other ones. As well as add a cupcake on the metal plates. And you see that it does very well, as well as with the camera moving, does a lot better than the other ones. Even with the replace the bulldozer with a birthday cake in the same position, you see the other ones just doesn't do it too well. I mean, DGE could be like a cake shaped truck, but not really like a cake you would think of traditionally. As well as like how the video is still in movement and replacing it does pretty well. I would say with the AutoVFX, when comparing to the other ones, it does seem like this could have been cherry picked, because like, well, you've seen the other example like the mirror, the Pikachu, even like the campfire. These are kind of what they were doing earlier anyway, so there's that. Also look at this one where they compare different collisions, like they compare their method to chat sim, which is the one in the middle, and the original input is shown to the left, and theirs is shown to the right. And this shows you different videos of like driving videos and seeing how it like simulates the driving and how well it looks and realistic it looks compared to like the others. Same thing with Pika 1.5, where you saw Pika had like the cake cutting one where that was really viral, and it compares Pika 1.5, which is the one to the middle, and theirs is the one to the right, the original input of just a table, and it has like just different effects, and it shows you, okay, if it melts, you know, if a ball's hurled towards it, like how does it fare? And of course, since it is their paper, I'm pretty sure AutoVFX would come out on top, and it does. And it just shows you kind of like how it works and how like the code basically works in the back end. And it says our instruction guided video editing framework consists of 3 main modules: 3D scene modeling, which integrates 3D reconstruction and scene understanding models; program generation, middle, where LLMs generate editing programs based on our instructions; and 3 VFX modules, which include predefined functions specialized for various editing tasks. These components are integrated with physically based simulation and rendering engine Blender to generate the final video. Okay, which is pretty cool. So they use Blender, and these are predefined, so that's probably why you keep on seeing like campfire and all this other stuff. So I don't think it's as good as like Pika, where you can maybe have anything, but it's pretty cool to have these type of things if you want to like melt something, set something on fire, or throw like a basketball at it, or just make something explode. But like I said, these are predefined, and predefined isn't bad, especially to get these type of results. I think this is pretty good, but I think we also have like a ways to go before it becomes perfect.